What's up, guys? Welcome to Let It Be Heard, where we are doers of the word, not hearers only. I'm your host, Jaden Heard, and today we got a really good episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about how Boston Hospital is actually receiving taxpayer money for gender reassignment surgeries. We also got a really good story coming from the pro-life movement. A lady decided not to abort her child, and then stay tuned for the very end. My producer has a very fun game for us that I'm sure you guys are going to love. I don't even know what it is yet, but I'm excited, so stay tuned. So our first story comes out of Daily Wire, written by Zach Jewell. This story is called Boston Children's Hospital was reimbursed $1.4 million in taxpayer dollars for gender transition services. Guys, check this out. So in Boston Children's Hospital, by the way, the news that has continued to come out about them is awful. I remember Matt Walsh had a whole episode exposing them, and they had like a whole thing and whatever, but man, it's just very sad. Like, this stuff has now really reached our main children's hospitals. But check this out. From January 2015 to May 2023, Massachusetts reimbursed the Boston Children's Hospital $1.4 million for so-called gender transition services, according to documents obtained by the Daily Caller. The hospital, which boasts of having the first pediatric transgender surgery center in the country, has performed hundreds of gender surgeries for children since 2017 and has offered phalloplasties, whatever that is, for 18-year-old boys and whatever. They've offered bad surgeries for these people, and which, by the way, they scrubbed those pages from his website. I think that's what Matt Walsh exposed before. They had all these stuff on their website, and then they took it down, and Matt Walsh figured it out, and it was pretty cool. Anyway, this article continues to say, the Daily Caller reported that the Massachusetts Executive Office of Health and Human Services paid $1.4 million for gender transition services, which range from the services, inpatient and outpatient hospital services, surgical services, prescribed drugs, therapies, all that stuff. And yeah, so I think this is it. They were criticized for offering on its website a full suite of surgical options for transgender teens. And after public backlash to advertising its gender surgeries for children, they deleted their video from the YouTube channel that showed a doctor speaking positively about removing a uterus, ovaries, fallopian tubes, and cervix for an elective gender-affirming hysterectomy. That is awful. They also promoted breast augmentations and double mastectomies. Look at me saying these words, y'all. Look at me. I'm doing pretty good. Okay. In the name of gender affirmation for girls as young as 15 years old. Insane. They've done 65 chest surgeries, with the youngest patient being 15 years old. My goodness. Earlier this year, Orrin Gaynor, the co-director of BCH's Center for Gender Surgery, co-wrote an article that called for increasing training for gender surgeries. With certain states restricting gender-affirming surgeries, residency programs in states with more favorable regulations must ensure that they increase training efforts to accommodate increased caseloads of gender-affirming surgeries that will likely result. Okay, whatever. And it's disgusting because, like, this is the thing, like, about all this stuff. Look how they're, like, wording it, right? With restricting gender-affirming surgeries. Gender-affirming, you know what would affirm their gender? Denying the surgery. Because you're affirming the gender that they were born with. You're actually gender-denying. They're gender-denying surgeries is what they are. Because you're cutting off penises. You're cutting off boobs. You're cutting off parts, working healthy parts, to replace them or not replace them at all, which is denying your gender. That's not affirming your gender. That's denying it. It's the complete opposite. So it's just the way they word these things is so funny to me. And that was a story out of Daily Wire. Insane. And I love the stuff that they do, at St. Jude and other stuff. But guys, stuff like this makes me scared for the country. The woke mob has infiltrated literally every institution, and that includes hospitals, guys. Just something as simple as hospitals. Healthcare is now called affirmation care, or healthcare is called abortion, right? Speaking of abortion, this article comes out of Fox News. Pregnant and thinking of abortion, Maryland woman describes the cell phone call that changed her life. This article was written by Christine Roussel. I hope I said that right. And what I like about this story most of all is that I think she became a Christian, right? Or she was a Christian, and she chose not to. So let's see what she had to say. When Angela Harders of Maryland posted a TikTok video responding to the prompt, "What's one small, unimportant decision that made you change the whole trajectory of your life?" she did not think it would be viewed by almost 500,000 people, or that it would spark emotional conversations about empowerment, grit, and life's unexpected challenges. Quote, "I decided to call a random pregnancy center a couple of states away," Harders began in a nearly 5-minute long TikTok video, which she posted on October 23 about a earlier experience in her life. Harders, a homeschooling advocate and author, is a co-founder of Pax Ministries. Amen. Quote, "And the lady who answered the phone changed my whole life. And the funny thing is, I don't even know her name." So that's amazing. Harders said that she became pregnant as a result of rape or sexual assault, and that she grew up in an extremely devout Christian family during an era that was extremely centered on purity culture. Despite being raised to value human life with a father who was the vice president of a local pregnancy center in Maryland, Harders found herself considering getting an abortion. She even made an appointment for abortion. Wow, I can't imagine that. And I love that they're giving a background of this, because imagine that you've been raised with these values, your whole family believes such a thing. Your dad is even the most pro-life guy in town because he's basically the vice president of the Pregnancy Resource Center, which are usually pro-life. And you don't seek those resources, you seek other means because you're into such emotional trauma from what happened to you. Sometimes you don't even want to tell anybody, you just want to get it out, just put yourself in that situation. How much bravery she had to have to say no to that. Look at this. You can imagine my horror when I, the girl who had never dated before, the good Christian girl, found myself pregnant. And even though I was pro-life, my gut reaction was to schedule an appointment with Planned Parenthood for that Friday afternoon. 2 days before her appointment, however, she decided to call a pregnancy center in a different state, fearing that she would be recognized if she called anyone nearby. That's I like that. I really do like that. There is shame, I understand, in that, especially in purity culture and being raised as a Christian, and I understand where she's coming from, and I'm just glad that she made the right decision. She said, when the phone at the pregnancy center answered the phone, all Harders could do was cry. She said, "Let me cry." She said she let me cry. She just said, "Oh, honey, I'm here for you on the phone whenever you're ready." Eventually, she was able to tell the woman her personal story. The woman, she said, responded with words that totally changed her perspective. She said to me, "Sex doesn't make babies, God does." Wow. Yeah, that's right. Noting that the woman pointed out that many people who actively try to have a baby cannot. What a gift, right, y'all? The woman at the pregnancy center also said to Harders, "And for some reason, God is choosing to give you a life out of this terrible circumstance." And I would actually say it's a gift, right? A child conceived from rape is a gift from God, right? It's a gift from God to heal that woman, not something that's going to cause her more trauma. The woman's words sparked an overwhelming sense of peace, said Harders, and she realized the woman was correct. The morning of her abortion appointment, Harders called to cancel it. That's right. And she said she felt shocked by what the employee at Planned Parenthood had told her. "Oh no, what did they say?" She said, and I quote, "She knew that I was Christian because that was something I shared with her when I booked the appointment in the first place." The Planned Parenthood employee tried to use Harders' Christian faith to convince her to have an abortion. She said, "Angela, you know that if you go through with the pregnancy, you will never be able to travel again or be a missionary or do any of those other things that you said you wanted to do. We can take care of this problem for you so you can give your life and fulfill all the dreams that God has given you." This is demonic. This is a battle between good and evil. There's no and I'm a student spokesperson for Students for Life, and we do a lot of campaigns against Planned Parenthood. We speak out against Planned Parenthood all the time, and this is just further pulling the point together even better. These people don't care about women. They don't care about you. They ultimately don't even care about really anybody, men or women. It's not about that. It's about profit. It's about funding the billion-dollar abortion industry. And they're not like pregnancy resource centers. They're not businesses. Planned Parenthood ultimately is a business. It is a business made to make money, just like any other business. Sadly, they do it off of stealing people's lives, off of slaughtering children. That's what Planned Parenthood is. That's disgusting. The difference between how she was treated by the Pregnancy Resource Center versus by Planned Parenthood was staggering to her. There's many stories like this, by the way, y'all. And by the way, Pregnancy Resource Centers outnumber abortion clinics 3-1. And this is before Roe v. Wade. Just saying. With the first call I had, I hung up the phone feeling hopeful, empowered, right, with the Pregnancy Resource Center. Yeah, after she spoke to the Planned Parenthood location, she said she came away feeling like this baby was a problem to get rid of, not a life to be cherished or enjoyed. I mean, that's just so sad. How you can change someone's perspective on their own child. That's awful. And because I canceled that appointment 9 years ago today, not only am I able to still travel the world and do all the things that the lady at Planned Parenthood said I would never be able to do, now I get to do it with the most incredible human being that I've ever known. As she said, with tears welling in her eyes in a TikTok video. She is the greatest joy of my life, and I will forever be grateful to the stranger on the other end of the line from a random pregnancy center. Isn't that such a good story, y'all? I'll continue because this is only getting better. My daughter is no problem, she went on. She is the greatest joy of my life, and I will forever be grateful to the stranger on the other end of the line from a Pregnancy Resource Center in New York who told me I could do it. Breaking down in tears, she described how her conversation with the woman at the pregnancy center made her feel better, made her feel strong, powerful, and brave, braver than I ever knew I could be, and that this baby girl would be such a huge part of my healing. That's what I say all the time. You know that the person's trauma after they have an abortion, after rape, is actually much worse than them having the baby and then, like not aborting it. Like they get raped and then they get conceived and then they have the baby. They're actually a lot better mentally. So if we do care about these women, if we actually want the best for them, we should be advocating for them to keep the child, not for them to slaughter their child. That's not the solution. Today, she wants to empower women just like herself. She says, my child was not the problem. She became my purpose, and I will forever be thankful. That's so true. That's so true. That's good. She said that she was very much surprised by the response her video generated, both in a number of views and types of reactions. She said she was very overwhelmed. She said, I think I spent a good portion of the day crying. Most of them have been supportive of her, which is not what she expected. And I like that. She said that she was prepared to get some backlash, but this just shows the innate nature of us. We like good stories. We enjoy good stories, even though it may contradict our narrative that we're fed all the time, or a narrative that we may have, or a presupposition about the world. You may even have pro-choicers celebrating with her because life is a good thing, And we all know inherently that child is a child, okay? It's a human being. We have baby showers, not fetus showers, okay? Oh, your baby's coming soon. No, your fetus is coming soon. Your unborn non-human is coming soon. No, okay? We understand inherently what that is in the womb. And that's the best thing I love about these stories, because it brings out humanity, the true humanity the way God made it. How people are made in God's image, they understand the nature and value of humanity. That's what's coming out in this story. And I love to see that. Check this out. I think that's the other big thing too. Just hearing the overwhelming regret from moms that wish they had done something different. Wow. It's very sad. So that was one response that I just kept seeing over and over and over again. These moms that were like, I went through something similar. I was also faced with an unplanned pregnancy, or I had literally the same situation as you, and I chose life. She said they added, and now my problem is 17 years old, or my problem is 34. I love that. Those comments are smart. I love that. I love that so much. We're going to end off that article right there, but guys, what a story. A lot of good quotes in there. Go check out this article. It's on Fox News. It says, pregnant and thinking of abortion, Maryland woman describes a phone call that changed her life. Share this article with someone who may be, maybe have some regret, or maybe be considering abortion. And then I'm also going to give you guys some resources. There's some really good ones like standingwithyou.org. They actually give a list of pregnancy resource centers in your area. In Alabama, there's like 30 or 40 alone. And there's hundreds across the country. There's help out there for women who cannot afford a child, and there are people who want your child who cannot have your child. And like this lady said on the other side of the phone call, who we don't know who she is, that child is a gift from God, not just a problem. So great story from there. But next up, guys, I want to tell you guys about a really great thing that we support here at RSBN, free speech. You know, free speech, they're taking off all conservatives and Christians off of social media based on basically what we're saying, common sense based stuff, right? Yet, they don't care. They're going to kick you off anyway, and they're going to steal your data while they're at it. Well, we here at RSBN want to fight back against this tyranny, right? Which is why we highly recommend ExpressVPN. Have you guys ever wondered how these big free-to-access tech giants make all their money? Well, they do this by tracking your searches, your video history, everything you click on, and then they build a huge profile on you and sell off all of your sensitive data. Now, when you use the ExpressVPN app on your phone or your computer or your laptop or whatever device you're using, you anonymize much of your online presence, which makes your activity much more difficult to trace and sell to advertisers because they hide your IP address. Now, what's more, they encrypt 100% of your network data and protect you from all eavesdroppers and cyber criminals. Now, what I like most about it is how easy it is to use. It just takes one click to protect all of your devices, which is why we highly recommend ExpressVPN, and it's also rated #1 by TechRadar. So guys, let's stop allowing these people to take us off social media and steal our data. Let's rob them of their right to do that by going to expressvpn.com/RSBN. If you do that, you get a 3 months free of an annual subscription. Again, that is expressvpn.com/RSBN. And with that, we're gonna get into this fun game planned by my producer Micah. So Micah, let's tell me what I got to do, bro. I don't know anything. So he's about to lay the hammer down on me. So what's going on here, Micah?
All right. So there's a cup to your right.
Okay.
So grab the cup and you put it on the top of the laptop. It's fine.
Right here.
Yeah. So inside of there's a bunch of questions.
Okay.
Okay. You have 30 seconds to answer the question. No more. I have a timer here. I'm going to time you. If you go over 30 seconds, I'm going to let you know. I'll give you a 5-second warning. But other than that, it's up to you.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? There's some fun questions there. There's some tough questions in there.
Okay. And I don't have to take up the whole 30 seconds.
You don't have to take up the whole 30 seconds.
But you're gonna stop me at 30 seconds.
Stop you at 30 seconds.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Let's do it. Did you? Okay. You guys got it. Okay.
Go ahead and grab one. Don't open it. When I say start, you can open it.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Actually, I tell you what, to give you a little bit more time, I'll let you read the question, read it out loud,
Okay.
and then right when you finish reading the question, I'll start the time.
All right. Sounds good.
All right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
If you could live in one place for the rest of your life, where would it be? I would say exactly where I am. I would be in the South, either Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, anywhere in the South, with my family, with a Bible-believing, Bible-obeying church, and with a fellowship. That's exactly where I want to be.
Good. That was in 16 seconds.
Cool.
Okay? All right, grab another.
All right. Mustang or Camaro? I'll take a Mustang.
Mustang?
Yeah, Mustang. I don't know much about cars, though.
Let's say Mustang, like Mach-E.
Oh, the
The
ugly.
Camaro.
The ugly? What do you mean?
The crossover SUV looking one.
Oh, no, I'll take the Camaro easily. Yeah.
Same. All right.
All right, next one.
Man, you're getting the easy ones off the top.
Do you support exceptions to abortion like rape, incest, etc.? Like Ronald Reagan saying that it fell into a category of self-defense. Why or why not? Absolutely not. It's not self-defense. The reason why it's not self-defense is because the child right there is where it's supposed to be naturally, right? You breaking into someone's house is not naturally where you're supposed to be. The baby is there naturally, and that's where it's supposed to be. If you let nature take its course, it's going to be born. If you don't, you're going to kill it. So rape and incest, there's no exceptions. That child is still made in the image of God. A rape baby is still the same value as a baby not conceived from rape.
5 seconds.
Cool. Next question.
Yep, next question.
Ronald Reagan said that? That's cringe. Self-defense? What is this? Who is this guy? Sorry, I didn't know that.
I live in California, so.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Still no excuse. What would be the first verse you would recommend a new Christian to memorize? 1 John chapter 2, verses 3 through 4. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. Now by this we know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He who says, I know him and does not keep his commandments, does not know him and is a liar. But he who does his will and keeps his commandments, this is how we know that we are in him. All right, next question. What is the best piece of advice you would give to a young man who is struggling with pornography? perhaps one of the greatest crises in the United States. Number one, I would have an accountability partner, someone that you're confessing to. So every time you fall, you're telling them that. You tell them that every time you fall, you got to hold yourself accountable. Next, I would download an app called Covenant Eyes. Okay, it'll censor all that stuff, and it'll let the person that holding you accountable know when you click on a bad website. Next, I would read the Bible, abide in Jesus, pray every time that you get tempted, and read the Bible and abide in Him. Pray, fast, all that stuff. Boom. 5 cool. You got to do it,
like an auctioneer.
and you have to do all that. Like you can't just do some of that. You have to do all that. It's so powerful. All right, which is better, chocolate or vanilla ice cream, and why? I'm gonna say vanilla, and this is why. I'm gonna say vanilla because you can do so much things with vanilla ice cream. Like you can make like a brown butter toffee shake. You can make a vanilla white chocolate shake. You can't do that with chocolate, bro. Nah, it wouldn't be the same. It won't be the same. I think you just do so much more with vanilla. Okay. Should people be concerned about their online privacy? And if so, what can they do? Well, yes, you should be concerned with your online privacy, which is why we highly recommend expressvpn.com/RSBN. Go there, 3 months free of an annual subscription. Protect your online data. Or just get off the internet. But still watch my show. Keep Rumble. If you could only use one social media platform, what would it be and why that one? I would use Instagram, 100%. That's where all my friends are. I would use Instagram. There's Reels. You can do the whole TikTok thing where you're scrolling for Reels. You can post on Instagram, keep up with buddies and friends. That's my personal. And I think that DMs are way better than any other social platform. So I think Instagram's great. But I mean, use ExpressVPN while you're using it. Oh goodness. If you had to choose between getting married, knowing your wife would pass away in 10 years, or staying single for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Ah, man. I get married. And have kids. And then have a ministry from those kids. That'd be my ministry, my kids. You know, obviously it's very sad, but like I'd rather be married and have a kids. You know, I don't want to be single for the rest of my life. I mean, unless God tells me to, but yeah, you know, whatever. Prefer not to. I'm not a Paul. I'm more like a Peter. you know. If you had the opportunity to go to space, would you? No. No, I would not. Bro, I do not care. I don't care, bro. It's the same thing with like whether the earth is flat or round. I don't care. I don't care what's out there. All I know is what's here. I know that God exists. I know that my Lord is good. That's all I need to know.
You wouldn't want to experience like weightlessness?
No. Don't care. Don't care.
Would you fly? You ever flown before?
I've been on a plane, yeah.
You've been on a small little plane? Sounds like a video.
Y'all would be interested in watching a Let It Be Heard episode in the air? And Micah flying it? Yo, that'd be funny. No, that sounds fun. I would do that. But look, this is the thing. I'm not going to put myself in unnecessary situations. Like the whole what was it? The submarine stuff. You would have never seen me going, let alone pay money to go. You would have had to pay me money, and I'm not going. I'm not skydiving. I'm not deep water diving. I'm not. And this is something that I inherited from my blackness. Black people don't mess with that stuff. And black people that's watching this, y'all know this. We do not mess with that skydiving stuff, that deep water stuff. We don't do none of that, bro. We don't go to space. I was like, it's true though. We don't do none of that. I'm sure there's been blacks, and I'm sure that's the exception, not the rule. Okay, he's the outlier. Okay, that ain't happening, bro. I'm good. But yeah, that was good, Micah. I like that. You know, maybe we should do this next time. Come up with some more questions. I like that. That was pretty good. I hope you guys got to know me more a little bit, you know. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to check out our socials linked at the end of the video. I was your host, Jaden Heard, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. God bless. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and X. And be sure to hit that follow button and that join button. It'll take you over to our locals channel where you can further support the show and get access to additional content. God bless.